Mine's a world that begins with school. I'm smarter than most of the other kids. This crap they teach us bores me. Damn underachievers, they're all alike. I'm in junior high or high school, and I've listened to the teachers explain for the 15th time how to reduce a fraction. I think I understand it. No, Miss Smith, I didn't show my work. I did it in my head. Damn kid probably copied it. They're all alike. I made a discovery today. I found a computer. Wait a second. This is pretty cool. It does what I want it to. If it makes a mistake, it's because I screwed it up. Not because it doesn't like me, or feels threatened by me, or thinks I'm a smartass, or doesn't like teaching and shouldn't be here. Damn kid, all he does is play games. They're all alike. And then it happened. A door opened to a world. Rushing through the phone line like heroin through an addict's veins, an electronic pulse is sent out, a refuge from the day-to-day incompetencies is sought. A board is found. This is it. This is where I belong. I know everyone here. Even if I've never met them, never talked to them, may never hear from them again. I know you all. Damn kid tying up the phone line again. They're all alike. You bet your ass we're all alike. We've been spoon-fed baby food at school when we hungered for steak. The bits of meat that you did let slip through were pre-chewed and tasteless. We've been dominated by sadists or ignored by the apathetic. The few that had something to teach found us willing pupils, but those few are like drops of water in the desert. But this is our world now, the world of the electron and the switch, the beauty of the bod. We make use of a service already existing without paying for what could be dirt cheap if it wasn't run by profiteering gluttons, and you call us criminals. We explore, and you call us criminals. We seek after knowledge, and you call us criminals. We exist without skin color, without nationality, without religious bias, and you call us criminals. You build atomic bombs, you wage wars, you murder, cheat, and lie to us, and try to make us believe that it's for our own good. Yet we're the criminals. Yes, I'm a criminal. My crime is that of curiosity. My crime is that of judging people by what they say and they think, not what they look like. My crime is that of outsmarting you, something that you'll never forgive me for. I'm a hacker, and this is my manifesto. You may stop this individual, but you can't stop us all. After all, we're all alike.
Come to phone. I pick up the phone. I pick up the phone, and all you ever give me is your dial tone. I pick up the phone. I pick up the phone. I pick up the phone, and all you ever give me is your dial tone. Forgive me, is it?
On booze in the house of blues. It's the O. Recognize the real dawn when you see one. Nobody do it better. On booze in the house of blues. It's the O. Recognize the real dawn when you see one. Nobody begin. I came to win, battle me, that's a sin. I won't ever slack up, punk you better back up. Try and play the role and yo, the whole crew will act up. Feeling funkin', amps in the trunk, and I got more rhymes than this cops at a Dunkin' Donut shop. Show enough, I got props from the kids on the hill, plus my mom and my pops. I came to get down, 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 I came to get down. So get out your seat and jump around, jump around, jump up and get down, jump up and get down, jump, 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 jump,
how hard they try. They can't stop the signal.
West of the Rockies, you're on the air.
feel the high, blood's getting dry. Dance till you fall to the last call. The call. This is our last call.